What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy SJ3 back with another reaction. You know, I've really been putting work in. I ain't never put this much work in on YouTube, but I wasn't actually gonna do another reaction until the Kanye and Cudi tape that's coming out on Friday, I believe. Oh, and before I even start, I saw y'all slick dudes commenting on the Pusha T album where I'm wearing the LeBron jersey, and I said the Cavs gonna win. And I see people be commenting every single time the Cavs lose, like, Golden State up 1-0, Golden State up 2-0. Let me tell you, we not done. We not done. We going home. I don't know if I'm uploading this video Tuesday or Wednesday, but for me right now, it's Tuesday, and we got a home game tomorrow, and we winning that, and then we win in game 4, and it's 2-2. I mean, maybe we'll be down 3-1, but you know, we've been down 3-1 against the Warriors before. I ain't worried. I'm not worried, okay? But more importantly, into this video, I wasn't going to do another reaction video until the Cudi and Kanye tape was going to come out, but this artist somehow managed to gain a lot of traction in a time of Pusha T, Drake beef with Kanye, a Kanye album, A$AP Rocky's album, Pusha T's album, Drake singles. Through all of that, this dude gained a following. He was able to come out and stand out. How did I find out about this guy? He, one of my friends actually opened up a show for him that I believe was in Cleveland. The show was ridiculous. There were so many people there and I had no idea who he was. And that made me want to research into who this dude was. And not too long after that, I started hearing this dude's name a lot, like so much. And he's really blowing up, and somebody who didn't have that big of a following and someone who probably didn't promote this album that much, almost sold 50,000 copies first week. That's pretty amazing. I have heard his song Lucid Dreams and a little bit of All Girls Are the Same. Now, Juice WRLD. What it appears is that his song Lucid Dreams, it was uploaded for a year, and then he got a music video with Cole Bennett, and it seems like his career has just since that, bruh. And he got a video with Cole Bennett for Lucid Dreams and All Girls Are the Same. And Cole Bennett has this enormous following for his music video, so once he posted that, all of his fans saw this guy they had never seen before, and it just kind of, you know, spread like wildfire, and it's to the point where now he released his album and it did amazing numbers for him. That's inspiration to someone like me. That's an aspiring artist that, like, this dude's song Lucid Dreams has been out since July of 2017. I did a little bit of research on this dude before even doing this video. You know, he's from Chicago. He's been around that music scene. He's friends with G Herbo and them. But his song Lucid Dreams came out in July of 2017. By December of that 2017, it had 100,000 views. And from that December till now it has like 35, maybe 40 million views on SoundCloud, 35 million views on YouTube, and the music video has like another 20 million. That's just crazy because it, like, for an artist like me, it just goes to show, like, you know, just because you don't experience immediate success, that doesn't mean that you don't got it. Like, he could have easily thought, okay, after he put out that song, okay, this isn't it. Not a lot of people are really messing with it. But he kept promoting it. He even put it on his EP that he put out before this album. Then he put it back on this album. And it went from, I don't know, he said, I remember in an interview, he said that it hit 10,000 views and he thought he made it. That's crazy. Just 2 years ago, this dude had 300 followers on SoundCloud. That's not that much. Then in December, it had 100,000 views, and now it's number 35. As of now, it's number 35 on the Billboard Top 100. The song is crazy. I can't imagine putting out a song last year, and now it's finally getting on the billboards. That's crazy determination. I applaud Juice WRLD for that kind of determination in a track. I assume the Cole Bennett music video really had a lot to do with that really taking off. But nonetheless, Juice WRLD, let's get into him. I know a little bit about him because I've heard All Girls Are the Same and Lucid Dreams. So he's an emo trap, a Lil Peep-esque, if you will, but obviously there's some differences. What I've heard a lot of people compare him to is like the Black Post Malone. I think he's a little bit of Post Malone and a little Uzi Vert combined. But I feel like I really can't say anything about him when I've only heard 2 songs. That's why we're doing a reaction to the whole album. We're gonna see. I mean, I heard those 2 songs and dude seems like a really sad dude. You know, I've been through heartbreak, but I mean, in the songs I heard, it doesn't sound like I really been through shit compared to this dude, because this dude knows how to be very dramatic about the stuff that's going on. And sounds like he was super, super sad, whatever girls broke his heart or singular girl. So I anticipate that this album is going to be very sad. I anticipate that I'll be crying by the end of this. You know, if he does his emo job, I should be in tears. What I also want to see is there versatility. Like, I understand his style, but I want to know, is there versatility in his style? Because 15 songs of just straight emo sadness might be 40 minutes. That might be a little too much. So I want to see if he switches it up at some point, if he's versatile, you know, if he's got more than just that one sound. So without further ado, goodbye and good riddance, Juice WRLD. Let's start with the intro.
All right, I'm gonna hang up on you now, okay? I said I hate you. Stop calling me. Fuck you up, because I'm done.
That's the intro track. It was a voicemail of some chick yelling at him, telling him he wasn't gonna be shit, and that he didn't do shit for her, but she had his back or something like that. And you know, 2 questions about this song. Now, if that's a voicemail from the actual girl he's gonna refer to in this song, and she actually said, years from now, you're gonna be wishing that you knew me, and you're gonna be stuck where you are, legendary. This is already a legendary intro. But, you know, if it's just a girl that came in to do it for him, not as legendary, because that's stunning on an X if I've ever seen it. Next 2 songs I've already heard, but I'll play them anyway. All Girls Are the Same is first. Yeah. More I listen to him, I really do hear that Lil Uzi and Post Malone combo. But I think this really suits him. It's no surprise these 2 songs are his biggest songs. I mean, that spacey type of vibe with the sad melodic lyrics. It's catchy. It's really catchy. I think it's pretty dope. So Lucid Dreams, it's a song I actually like. Like, I've actually been listening to this song. It's like something about his songs, like when you first hear them, they're kind of underwhelming, but like they grow on you crazy. And at least I've only heard 2 songs. And this song Lucid Dreams, like I didn't even like it at first, but then it just grew on me. I still see your shadows in my room. Can't get back to you. Easier said than done. I thought you were the one listening to my heart instead of my head. You found another one, but I am the better one. I won't let you forget me. I take prescriptions to make me feel okay. In my head, I have these lucid dreams. Ways. Who knew evil girls had the prettiest face? You gave me a heart that was full of mistakes. I gave you my heart and you made heartbreak. And that's Lucid Dreams, you know. For a guy that I can hear, he says a lot of stuff that's kind of over the top dramatic. In that song, he says a lot of relatable stuff. And I think, like, on top of the fact that the song is super catchy and super, like, melodic, he says a lot of relatable stuff that I think people love in the song. I mean, it hits home for me, you know. Who knew pretty girls had the, oh, I messed it up. Who knew evil girls had the prettiest face? You know, it's to the point where I love and I hate you. I thought you were the one. He's saying a lot of relatable stuff. I mean, but he's obviously saying the emo stuff too. The I still see your shadows in my room. That's one of the most emo lyrics I've ever heard. I mean, I sing it. Sometimes he goes a little over the top, but that song, beautiful song. Another thing I want to say about this album is, like I said on the last song, a lot of Juice WRLD songs, I don't know, a lot. I keep saying that like I've heard a lot of his songs. The songs I've heard, they sounded underwhelming at first, but then they grew on me to sound like great songs. So I feel like maybe my first listen on this album might not be that good. I think that there's going to be songs that I listen to again that'll probably sound better than this first time going through them. Just putting that out there. Those were songs he released before he was really popping. And those were in 2017, so I assume, like, once he got his record deal and stuff, now he's making these songs, because these were in 2017. Everything else was made in 2018 for the most part. So I'm eager to hear if there's, like, a drastic change in production. But let's go. Lean with me. Living with some bad kidneys. Lean with me. Pop with me. Get high with me if you rock with me. Smoke with me. Drink with me. No, I'm not wrong. actually really like that song. That song was about, like, I off a first listen, the things I took away from it was that he was in love and he finally determined the difference between loves and drugs, and it sounds like he's dealing with heartbreak by using a bunch of drugs and saying that, man, screw one dose, I'm gonna take 2 this time, because I mean, it makes me feel good. Lean with me. That was my takeaway from the song. You can hear all the influence, like, in that song. I heard Travis Scott, I heard Trippie Redd. But it's him. It's him. He has his own style, but his style is like a culmination of a bunch of artists. And because I've never listened to him before, obviously I'm gonna want to compare him to somebody. Because that's what you do before you're accustomed to an artist. You compare him to people. Because artists give you an emotion, and you want to compare that emotion to whatever makes you feel that emotion. It's funny because I heard, like, I watched a video of a mom reacting to Juice WRLD, and she was like, oh my God, I love him because he doesn't talk about drugs. Oh my God, if she heard this song, she would lose her mind. We got I'm Still.
I'm holding my breath and watching my step. I'm listening, regressing.
This is the last time I compare him to somebody again, but it's crazy how much he sounds like Post Malone in this.
And you made that list. You're my depression. You're for my heart broken. Get my heart open. I'm not lying. Bitch, I'm still moving. I'm in slow motion. I roll my
That's so Post Malone.
Fell in love, ridiculed, feeling like a fool. Don't know what to do. Lost my heart, don't got shit to lose.
That song was so Post Malone-esque. It's actually crazy. But I mean, I'm liking it so far. It's crazy because it sounds like a bunch of people, but at the same time, it's different. You know, I hear what he's talking about his breakup again, talking about he doesn't think that she can feel because she doesn't feel as awful as he does right now, or at least he doesn't think she does. And that's what he's talking about. But we need to get a song with him and Post Malone. That would sound great. Betrayal skit.
Hello? What the fuck did I tell you about calling me? You found out about who? Whatever. I'll talk to you later, okay? Nah, I ain't gonna even talk to you later. Don't, like I said, delete my number. Why the fuck did you still call me? Why you press?
All right, I mean, I guess that skit adds a little bit of context to what we're gonna hear next. So now we got Candles.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's because my heart hurts or if I'm insecure. Baby, you're not her. My last girl had me so fucked up, it was a ringer. Tryna put a diamond ring on her finger. She love drama, she be watching Jerry Springer. Next thing you know, we all on Jerry Springer. Give me drugs. Just give me drugs. Just bring lighter. Started to not give a fuck, screaming out why bother. My ex bitch too bad, my next bitch way hotter. We met in the car crash, she riding like full throttle.
You know, I might have to look at the lyrics for that song, but a lot of the lyrics on that song just contradicted each other, and it kind of confused me, the whole song, where he talked about what was he saying? I gotta go back.
Crash, she riding like full throttle. My ex bitch too bad, my next bitch way hotter. We met in the car crash.
Yeah, stuff that confused me. Like he's in the chorus, it sounds like he's trying to talk about that, like, whatever girl he's talking to, I'm sorry, but you're not my ex-girlfriend, like, this isn't working. But then he also goes on to talk about, like, that his next girl is way hotter than his ex-girl, and I don't know. It's a bunch of, I don't know. It sounds like he didn't even really know what he was feeling on that song. It sounds like he wanted to move on, and but he also misses his ex-girl all in the same song. But that song is probably my least favorite so far. But I'm really hearing all these newer rappers, like, mixed into one guy. It's kind of crazy. Scared to Love.
I've been hurt, but I'm beyond that. Scared to love, scared to love. I know I've been there for a minute now. I ain't wanna be alive, no way.
Okay, that song was interesting. Not really something I would listen to, but I mean the message in that song was kind of interesting in what he was saying. From what I got from it, he was talking about like he's not scared to love, but he was saying that like loving has caused him to do like drugs, and he's saying he does drugs like way too much, and it's this girl's fault. She's made him like so depressed that he does drugs, but he's aware that he shouldn't be doing drugs, and he talks about like already being dead in the song because he thinks that the drugs are gonna kill him. That was interesting. That was a very depressing song. I almost shed a real nigga tear, but we had to make it through this. Next is Used To.
Yeah, I like that. Freestyle too. You hurt as bad as it used to. I admit, girl, yeah, I just use you. I admit there's not what I'm used to. I ain't telling, but I know I'm very need a life in it. Wear your best dress, girl, cause you gon' die in it. Bet you regret the day that you lied in it. Crash the car again, goddamn. Break my heart again. So I admit, girl, yeah, I just use you. I admit that I crashed the car again, goddamn. Break my heart again, goddamn. I don't have no friends, goddamn. I'm alone until the end, goddamn.
Alright, look, I have liked a lot of this album so far, but that song might have been legitimately bad. I did not enjoy listening to that song at all. Everything about it just seemed so lazy. The mixing on that hook was hard to listen to. Like, I don't know why. It sounded like, obviously he said in the beginning he freestyled it, I could tell. And this just doesn't seem like work that is his best work. And the lyrics were like, for me, they're just over the top, like emo. Like, he's been able to strike a balance between like depressed but also like relatable, like, and without like going to that dark like emo side. But this one, it's kind of like begging for attention. Like, he said, wear your best dress because you're gonna die in it. Oh, I bet you regret lying. It was just over the top, and that the mixing and that hook was really hard to listen to. But you know, I still like the dude. I like the music I've heard, but that song is I'm not gonna listen to that song again, bro. Now we got Karma skit.
I called you like a billion times. Why can't you answer the phone?
Okay, I see what he's doing here.
I know.
Okay, all the skits actually like make sense. So like first one I think was her like breaking up with him. Then the second one was about him calling her, and she's with like another dude, and he's Saudi. And now the final one, Karma, is her calling him, talking about why won't you answer my calls. It's kind of flipped on her because he was trying to get her back. Now she's trying to get him back. You know, I haven't been paying close enough attention to the lyrics to see if like the lyrics are actually flowing within the songs are actually flowing within like the skits, like him trying to get her back versus him being without her. But I mean, the next song is Hurt Me, so I assume it's going like that because he probably didn't want her back because she hurt him. So now we got Hurt Me.
Ex-girlfriend keeps calling my phone, but the bitch can't hurt me, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, it does.
I did it on my own, so I show no mercy. Hoes be lurking, a bad love bitch with her hips so curvy. I drive my whip off the drugs I'm swerving. She ride my dick off the drugs she's swerving. Oh, no mercy, I show no mercy. With my bros, but I got my post screaming, please don't urge me, please don't urge me.
That song was pretty interesting. I was actually gonna like mention that it sounded like the production took a dip, but I actually like saw like this song actually came out in 2017 as well. So this came out before the actual album. Don't know when exactly it came out, but that song was really quick. It was like only like a minute 40 of song, but from what I heard, it went with the skit of talking about his ex-girl like trying to call him back, but she can't hurt him now. I think it has something to do with him making money, and now she's calling him back. So now we got Black and White.
Doing cocaine with my black friends. We'll be high as hell before the night ends. Yeah, we'll be high before the night ends. Before the night. Tell me, are they working? Are they working? Tell me, are they working? I party too damn much, and you niggas can't keep up. Go to the sun, come up. Pills with the Hennessy, I might.
The auto-tune and the auto-tune background vocals and just the way he's singing, this reminds me of like a Lil Yachty song so much, like a Lil Yachty song where he would sing.
Doing codeine with my white friends. We'll be high as hell before the night ends. Yeah, before the night ends, before the night begins.
I really have actually no idea what he was talking about. It sounded like, I mean, that didn't sound like it had anything to do with the goodbye and good riddance like vibe of the album. It sounded like a song just about like having fun. The way he went about talking about having fun was kind of in your face, you know, doing cocaine with my black friends, doing codeine with my white friends, will be high as hell. Those lyrics are pretty crazy. The thing about this dude is I'm starting to notice like his style is definitely starting to wear on me. So these songs, like when I go back and listen to these songs, they might actually sound better to me than they are sounding right now, because like his sound is just like starting to wear on me, because like the album is not very versatile. A lot of these songs, like they do sound different, but the way he uses his voice and a lot of like the type of melodic ways he goes about doing it's kind of the same, and it's starting to become like a long listen. But I feel like if I listen to them in individual songs rather than a whole album, I'll actually like the songs better. That's how I'm feeling at this very moment. I would love to see some versatility to the album. Like, if you're not going to feature anyone on your album, you gotta be able to spice it up at some point. I would hope, like, I've seen videos of him when I was doing like this research about him. Like, he can rap. He can rap like pretty well. And he used to really rap before he started doing like this type of emo type of style. I would love to see him like, you know, switch it up sometimes, maybe rap, like just to give a different element, because this melodic singing it starts to wear on a listener that's listening to the full length project. So now we got Long Gone.
Long gone, 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 long gone.
That ain't it. That ain't it.
You took it all back. All that heartbreak that was a year ago. Wanted you back. Haven't been in love in a long while. Waiting till my next girl finds out. Then I'm scared we gon' break up and fall out. Drowning in my thoughts, baby, looking for a light. I hope this ain't a phase. One more heartbreak and I'll be long gone, long gone, long gone, long gone, long gone, long gone.
I think this is just now it's going with the skit of like the Karma skit where she's trying to get him back, but he's saying in this song that he's long gone, long gone. I'll tell you, I was not a fan of that hook, and I hate the fact, because I like this dude. I like his music, and I hate the fact that I'm not liking several like songs in a row. That song to me sounded like it was freestyled. Like he probably freestyled that song. I've seen videos of him. He freestyles in the studio a lot. That song seemed like it was straight freestyled, and it's starting to feel like the songs at the end of this album just didn't take as much time and development as the songs in the beginning. And the songs in the beginning are the ones that I, right now, really like. So now we got End of the Road. So he listens to a lot of music. You think he listens to Boyz II Men? He makes the song End of the Road? Probably not.
This the end of the road, this the end of the road, the other end of the throat. It's suicidal, she wrote. This is the end of the show, it's over. We doing drugs till we end the coma. Clothes and got some new clothes. I left my old hoes and got some new hoes. My brother got a chopper and it's doing drugs till we end. This is as far as it goes. This the end of the road. This the end of the road. The other end of the throat. It's suicidal, she wrote. This is the end of the show. Coca-Cola, but she'll still pop it like a soda for ya. Her name rings bells like a Motorola. Doing drugs till we end. This is as far as it goes. This the end of the road. This the end of the road.
ignoring everything I said about the past songs, that song I really liked that song. The hook was way better than the last song. It sounded like an actually developed song, and I really like that song. I mean, I like the message of it. This is the end of the road. He's talking about him and his ex-girlfriend. That was nice. I think I like him over like the more upbeat trap type of beats. I like him over those a lot more. I think that's more like his element. I think the sadder that the beat gets, the more he feels like he has to adjust. And to me, like, he still is like doing like sad melodies and lyrics over these upbeat instrumentals, but I just feel like they sound better, and I feel like he doesn't go as emo with them. You know, I don't know if that makes sense, but I really like that song. So last song is I'll Be Fine.
I just caught a bean yesterday, it was a long night. I didn't get the right drink.
Yes! Yo, I like.
I was rocking out white, trying to have a fun time. Papa bean time, cause they ain't killing me. My little bro keep a 40, they thought his ass was security. Busy making money to worry about making memories. Yesterday it was a long night. I didn't get the right drugs, only on the wrong night. I was rocking out white, trying to have a fun time. I'ma be fine, I'ma be fine. I woke up standing, I sit down, stand anymore. Oh, I woke up dreaming and feeling.
So, I mean, that song took a weird turn at the end, but I really like that song too. Now, what I was talking about, like, this dude's sound, like, it really starts to drain on you, but I feel like I wouldn't feel that way. Like, it seems like he put a bunch of sad songs in a row, like very monotone, depressing, and then he put, like, a couple upbeat ones at the end. And there were some upbeat ones in the beginning, too. Now, I don't know if this contradicts with the flow that he intended for the album to go, but I just think he should have mixed those up a little to keep the listening experience, like, unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? That would have made it a much more enjoyable listen, to just put some different stuff. I think that's why I was getting drained, like, a couple songs ago. But that was really good. Eventually, like I said, over the more upbeat beats, I think he does his thing a little bit better. I consider, like, All Girls the Same and Lucid Dreams, I consider those, like, kind of upbeat and Lean With Me. Like, but, like, the songs like Used To and Hurt Me, they take, like, a much more, like, down type of vibe, like a much sadder, they're much more sad instrumentals. And I don't know, I think he tries to overcompensate with his sad boy, like, lyricism. And I don't think he does that as much on the upper beat songs, because I don't think if he feels like he has to. But I think what I heard in this album was someone that, you know, he sounds like someone new. He sounds like someone who's still trying to find his, like, his stitch, like his unique, like, sound. His sound is different, and it's different enough to get people, like, interested. But I don't think he's, like, he hasn't really honed it and developed it into, like, what it's going to, like, this is not the final form. So I'm actually interested to see what his next project is going to look like. Like, a couple points in this, it sounded like the production, it didn't sound like someone who would sell 43,000 copies in a week. It didn't sound that good, like, production value-wise on some of the songs. Some of them had good production, but I expect his next project to be with a lot higher key producers and actually make him, like, sound like get that really good sound. And through all this whole album, I mean, you can hear his different inspirations that he has. I mean, you hear Lil Yachty, you hear Trippie Redd. I only heard one song where he sounded like Travis Scott, and you Post Malone, Lil Uzi. A lot of his contemporaries, you hear their sound pop up, but he still hones them together to where he doesn't sound like one specific person. He sounds like himself, you know? And I appreciate that, and I thought this project was a pretty good project. It's not my type of music, so the fact that there's songs on here that I like is impressive, you know? So I'll give him that. There are definitely songs on here that I really liked. I liked All Girls Are the Same, Lucid Dreams, Lean With Me, I'm Still. I liked End of the Road, and I'll Be Fine. And there are some other songs. The other songs I'll probably have to listen to again, but I'll first listen. They didn't hit me as hard as those other songs did. I think he's only going to go up from here. I think his next album will be better. It will be better than this. And drop your comments below on what you think of the album. I know a lot of people are really enjoying this dude's album. Those are my thoughts. I'm sorry if I offended you at any points, if you've made it to this far in the video, but it's just my opinion, you know? So, yeah, drop your comments, drop a like on the video. If you've made it here, you gotta drop a like, and you gotta subscribe if you're here, or unless you just hated what I was saying so much, you just had to know what I was gonna say next, then I guess don't subscribe. But, yeah, you should subscribe too anyway. So drop a like, subscribe, go check out my music. It don't sound like this by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, it's still good music. So it's been your boy SJ3, and we out.